contestants. A physician-scientist from Amherst, New York, Pam Sung. A data scientist from Lake Forest, California, Alex Lamb. And an attorney from Los Angeles, California, Brian Ross. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Ken Jennings.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Johnny Gilbert. Welcome back to Jeopardy Second Chance. Now, we already know that our two champions from earlier in the week, Deanna Bolio and Rob Kim, will be appearing in our two-game total point final that begins tomorrow. But that leaves one open spot. Which season 37 contestant will be the third finalist? Brian, Alex, or Pam? Good luck, players. Let's start finding out in the Jeopardy round where these categories await you. We begin back in the day. Then we have the sporting news, the New York Knocks, followed by Name That Play, European Vacation, and in the sixth spot, B-. Brian, you begin.
Let's do the sporting news for 800.
Sydney-born tennis star John Newcombe won Grand Slam singles titles at Wimbledon, the U.S. Open, and, of course, this. Brian.
What is the Australian Open?
That's right.
Sporting news for 1,000.
Named for the color of their uniforms, the All Blacks are New Zealand's national team in this, the national sport. Pam.
What is rugby?
Correct.
New York Knox 1000.
A Yelper on this landmark connecting Canal Street and Jersey City. A traffic jam tunnel. If you have a small bladder like me, good luck. Pam.
What is the Holland Tunnel?
Harsh review of the Holland Tunnel, yes.
New York Knox 800.
In their 1979 Top 40 hit Shattered, this group sang, "Go ahead, bite the Big Apple. Don't mind the maggots." Shadoobie. Alex?
Who are the Rolling Stones?
Yes.
Sporting news 600.
Like Manchester, Newcastle in the north of England has a Premier League soccer club with this all-for-one name. Alex?
What is United?
Yes.
Back in the day, 800.
Not a Super Bowl stadium. It was also called the Oil Reserve Scandal or Elk Hill Scandal, and it took a toll on President Harding. Alex?
What is Teapot Dome?
You got it.
Back in the day, 1,000.
Answer there. Daily double. This one's just for you, Alex. How much will you wager?
I've always wanted to. Let's make it a true daily double.
All right. All your cash at stake. Here's your clue. This U.S. agency began in 1961. Its director, Sergeant Shriver, said it had 15,000 volunteers in more than 50 countries in less than 6 years.
What is the Foreign Legion?
No, I'm sorry. The Peace Corps. That Kennedy-era initiative drops you down to 0, but you have control still.
European Vacation 1000.
Go face-to-face with some Art Nouveau architecture in this world capital in Latvia. Brian.
What is Riga?
That's it.
Let's do sporting news for 400.
Fans have a hell of a time rooting for this New Jersey NHL franchise. Pam.
Who are the Devils?
That's the team.
Name that play for 1,000.
Begin thine incantations, and try if devils will obey thy hest, seeing thou hast prayed and sacrificed to them. Brian?
What is Faust?
No. Sorry, Alex?
What is Macbeth?
Also incorrect. Pam, care to take a swing?
Nope.
Brian was closest. This is Marlowe's Dr. Faustus. Same story, different play. Back to you, Pam.
Name that play for 800.
It's terrible, dreadful, disgraceful that poor little sister has never received a single gentleman caller. That's the Glass Menagerie. Pam?
Let's go away from that. European Vacations for 800.
In Greece or Cyprus, you might want to try this 4-letter liqueur flavored with anise. Brian?
What is Ouzo?
Yes.
Let's do finish sporting news for 200.
New Orleans is home to this sweet bowl game, one of 6 in the college football playoff. Alex?
What is the Sugar Bowl?
Right.
B- for 600.
Wash away the B from a type of small river and get this name for a chess piece. Pam?
What is a rook?
Yeah, brook to rook.
B- for 800.
Sink the B off a group of ocean vessels and get this horse food. Alex?
What is oat?
No. Sorry, Alex, we said a group of ocean vessels. We needed the plural, oats, from boats. All right, you can put down your signaling devices and take a pause for a moment because we have some commercial messages. But we'll come right back, just like always.
Since 1913, we've had one job, pioneering a motor oil so advanced, rideshare.
Joining us again from New York is physician scientist Pam Sung. Now, Pam, you were first on Jeopardy! A few years ago, but that was not your first time trying out for the show, right?
Right. As with many of my other competitors, I've been watching Jeopardy! For my entire life, and my parents drove me to the Teen Jeopardy! Auditions back in the day. They're actually here with us today watching the show, and they're celebrating their 50th anniversary.
Today, 50th anniversary. Congratulations to Pam Sung's mom and dad. Thanks for driving her to all those Jeopardy! Auditions. Alex Lamb is a data scientist from Lake Forest, California. What was it like for you getting the call that you were going to be back on the stage?
It was actually my 2-year anniversary of being on the show, and I got a random Los Angeles number. I answered and I said, "This is Jeopardy! Calling." And I was like, wow, they call people on their anniversaries? That's really nice.
Hey, you lost 2 years ago exactly. Just wanted to let you know.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, it's better be, but it was actually an invitation to this, which is much better than I ever expected. So
That's great. A nice surprise. It won't be a sad anniversary for you.
Right.
Brian Ross is an attorney from Los Angeles. Did you have any moments from your original show that haunt you at all?
A little bit. The answer to my final Jeopardy! Was Maria Montessori, and I didn't know it. But of course, driving home, I must have passed 3 Montessori schools. My mother kindly reminded me that my niece and nephew went to Montessori school, and thankfully we can cross the Montessori schools off the list for where my kids will be attending.
I see. You're now a Montessori skeptic.
Yes, I am.
You can imagine how I feel when I drive past a certain tax prep. I totally understand. Pam, you have control of the board right now. Let's get back into the game.
Let's take B- for 1,000.
When a cetacean fatty layer sweats out its B, this unskilled seaman is all that's left. Alex.
what is a lubber?
From blubber, correct.
Back in the day, 600.
We hope you were expecting this judicial institution that was in the heresy-fighting business from 1478 to 1834. Alex.
What is the Inquisition?
More specifically?
The Spanish Inquisition.
That's right. You did expect it.
Name that play, 600, please.
I ain't done nothing wrong by speaking to the gentleman. I have a right to sell flowers if I keep off the curb. Pam.
What is Pygmalion?
That's it.
Name that play for 400.
I gotta show some of those pompous, self-important executives over there that Hap Lohman can make the grade. Brian.
What is Death of a Salesman?
That's the play.
Let's do back in the day for 400.
In the 1400s, Edward IV could have said, I want to be a part of it. This house, a branch of Plantagenet. Alex.
What is Tudors?
Sorry, no? Brian or Pam? He wants to be a part of it. The House of York. Back to you, Brian.
Back in the day, 200.
The motto of this mail delivery service that ran from April 1860 to October 1861 was, the mail must go through. Brian.
What is the Pony Express?
You got it.
Let's do European Vacation for 600.
Check out the medieval towers that dot the skyline of San Gimignano, near Siena, in this region of Italy. Alex.
What is Tuscany?
That's it.
European Vacation 400.
59 Rivoli in Paris is a squat-turned art gallery a few blocks from this large museum with a pyramid thingy in front of it. Alex.
What is the Louvre?
Right.
European Vacation 200.
Find yourself in the Upside Down on one of the world's oldest suspended monorails in Wuppertal, in this country. Alex.
What is Germany?
Right.
B- for 400, please.
Knock a B off a biblical tower and get the name of this biblical murder victim. Pam.
Who is Abel?
From Babel, correct.
B- for 200.
A B falls off a charred word and becomes this funereal container. Brian.
What is Earn?
Burn to earn.
The New York Knox for 600.
Tough times at this arena, the mecca of basketball, as even Pixar dunked on the Knicks in Seoul, explaining decades of futility. Alex?
What is Madison Square Garden?
Yes.
New York Knox 400.
The title of this Broadway musical that opened on May 5th, 1955, makes its feelings about the local baseball team quite apparent. Pam?
What is Dan Yankee?
That's the musical.
New York Knox for 200.
Anyone from Boston will tell you the New England type of this with milk tops Manhattans with tomatoes. Brian?
What is Clam Chowder?
Chowder is correct, yes.
And bring it.
Final clue, name that play. You have invented a very useful younger brother called Ernest in order that you may be able to come up to town. Pam?
What is the importance of being earnest?
That is the play. You extend your lead. You have $4,600. Alex will be selecting first in Double Jeopardy, but he's out of the hole. That's good news. More Jeopardy coming your way right after this.